Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you with the Monday Night Raw review for tonight. Tonight was Raw in Toronto. It was the return of Edge to WWE Monday Night Raw. It was Bryan versus Ambrose in a match I think a lot of people will remember for a long, long time. I honestly thought that was a really, really good match. This Raw, to me, honestly, started really, really hot, had one really good match near the end, and then the main event was great, followed by the few minutes of just making us sit through pointless nothing to give us one glimmer of hope of the Night of Champions pay-per-view. The night started out with Edge coming out, saying that he had been asked to come to Monday Night Raw to have a, what the hell was his show called? Basically, they were going to bring that talk show, whatever that thing was called, and they wanted him to do the interview with Randy Orton, and Edge sort of put it down, saying why would he come out to have a talk with Randy Orton when he could have talked to the best wrestler in the world, Daniel Bryan, or his best friend, Christian. And basically, Triple H and Edge went back and forth, exchanging some pretty good shots. Edge said the word dick, which I guess made the whole YWC explode about the, their hopes of the PG era dying. More than likely, Edge just didn't go along with the script and just said whatever the fuck he wanted to say, because he's not under contract and there's nothing they can really take away from him in the long run. He's going to say just whatever he needs to say, and it's just the kind of guy he is. It just makes Edge a special guy. One of the best lines of the whole time is that Edge said, "I deserved my Hall of Fame ring. I didn't have to marry somebody to get my spot." And I bet that that hit Triple H in a special spot. That was a really good line. I like the Triple H character that is out there today. Triple H, for the longest time has always said that he doesn't pay attention to the internet. He doesn't know what we say about him, and I think that this character, whoever's writing for him, or maybe it's just that he's been lying to us the whole time, uses every single thing that we say against him, and he uses it against us he knows that it pisses us off and it puts us into a really good spot. I don't even remember how the fuck it really happened, but the Shield drags out Christian. They beat the shit out of him just to sort of piss Edge off. I think it was just basically revolving around how Edge said he wanted to fight Triple H, but he couldn't. This led to them having a face-to-face in the back. Triple H got all in Edge's face, kicked him out of his town, kicked him out of his arena, kicked him out of his building. I thought this was an awesome, really, really good promo, something that I'm going to remember for a long, long time. I know that when they made the hype-up video for Edge coming to Monday Night Raw, I sort of said that I had no idea. I had forgotten all about the Edge and Team Hell No hug-off that they did. I don't even remember when the heck that was now anymore. But there's no doubt in my mind that I remember, Edge coming back and being on the show tonight. And with it being in Toronto, it's going to be even more special. They did run a commercial later on in the show saying that Edge was going to be appearing on SmackDown as well. To me, honestly, I felt like that was going to be a little bit more of overkill. I don't know really what else you can do to build off of what they did here tonight. I don't think they would run the promo just so they could rerun the segment from Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, but it wouldn't surprise me. But then again, maybe they are doing something special for him, because the show that he's on is going to be debuting right after SmackDown. I think Triple H gave it its only plug of the night, honestly, and I thought it was a pretty good plug to make sure that you heard what he was saying. Alright, that was the good part of Raw. After this is when it started to get ugly. There's the match between Kofi Kingston and Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel snapped during this match, just got Kofi in the corner and just kept on delivering these knee blows to the head, to where the ref stepped in and disqualified Curtis Axel for not giving him the clean break. Paul Heyman blew his gasket at Curtis Axel, saying that if this happened on Sunday, he would be left alone one-on-one with CM Punk. And that was what they were really, driving at. Is, they did this storyline back in the day with Bobby Heenan, and, pointless, countless times, just over and over. I can remember them doing this match with Ultimate Warrior. and that's on the Ultimate Warrior DVD. That Warrior puts Heenan in the weasel suit. I think everybody can remember that, or at least can look it up on YouTube. But this is a wrestling gimmick that's been played out for years. Jim Cornette's been in these style of matches. Everybody's been around. Probably back in the day when Undertaker turned on. I apologize. When Paul Bearer turned on Undertaker, I'm sure they did these shows, these matches, the house shows as well. And it's for every manager where the guy's trying to get his hands on him, he has to beat the guy, and then he gets 5 minutes with the guy. We've seen it 1,000 times. But after this match and the whole ordeal that's inside of the ring, and Paul Heyman snapping on Axel, we go to the back. And there's no footage of it, but Paul Heyman says he slept on water in the hallway. He doesn't want to get checked out, but the WWE trainer says that he's not able to wrestle. Returns back out to the ring later that night to say, hey, I can't go. He says he tore his ACL, this, that, and the other. Brad Maddox comes down, brings an official WWE doctor, instead of Paul Heyman's, fake doctor says the knee's fine and it's good to go. This was horrible. I know a lot of people, love CM Punk, but this is a bad storyline. It was supposed to make Curtis Axel. It's just not going to work. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that came out and made a lot of good predictions, saying that he was going to be a future World Heavyweight Champion, a future WWE Champion. Nobody likes this guy. It's not good heat. It's just horrible, bad heat. It's just nobody cares. Nobody has any feelings towards him. It's just over. I apologize, and it's done with. Ziggler versus Wyatt was an alright match, but there's nothing really to talk about. We had a good, hot Alicia Fox wrestling in the Divas match against the Total Divas people. Nothing much you can really say about that. Natalya got the win. She's probably more than likely the heavy favorite in this match with AJ, but we'll have to see how this pays out. Del Rio versus R-Truth in a match that nobody cared about. Cesaro had a match against the returning Santino Marella. Santino picked up the win. Antonio Cesaro did a move that I honestly don't think I've seen him do. The UFO, I don't think I've seen him do it in WWE at all. And Santino's a good guy with the perfect size to do it. I'm sure that Cesaro could do it with somebody bigger, but with Santino's size, I'm sure it's the one reason why WWE finally gave him the okay to do this move. And the crowd loved it. They gave it a huge holy shit chant after it was out. I have to tip my hat to the people of Toronto. Not only was Assault and Battery and Justin Bryan there, but you guys had an awesome. You made the show worth watching and worth following to see what you guys were going to do next. One of my favorite things was the next match, Sandow versus Miz. I swear to God, the whole time you guys just booed Miz the whole time. All you could really hear was just one constant loud boo. There was no breaks. There was everybody goes boo and it dips off, and then you start your boo again. It just sounded on TV like it was just a constant long boo. During this match, Fandango came out to interrupt the Miz to go back and forth with their storyline of interrupting each other. Damian Sandow was able to roll up the Miz, and he was able to get a win, so now everybody can shut the fuck up about Sandow not having any wins since the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and winning the Money in the Bank. He got a win, and he was against the Miz, so we go from there. Goldust versus Randy Orton, I thought was a very, very good match. I don't know if he got blown up or just the way they wanted to make it look on TV, but Goldust came out real strong to start this match, and then Orton really just took it over. I didn't really like the part when Orton was doing the yes to try and goat Daniel Bryan out. My predictions of Daniel Bryan or Cody Rhodes getting involved in this match, both of them were not true. It just didn't pan out, but it was a good match. Orton got the win over Goldust. Goldust was in the back. He had a promo with Stephanie. Stephanie made him just feel like a loser, run down. He already felt as bad as it was that he blew the one shot to get Cody Rhodes back into the WWE, getting his job back. And she was awesome. She made me want to punch her in the face. I don't see how Goldust as a character didn't do it as well. I mean, just the whole, he's already feeling bad as it is, and just, rubbing salt on the wound, as I believe JBL put it. horrible. The one thing she left it with was you make sure you say hi to your dad. So more than likely we're going to be seeing Dusty Rhodes on TV next week. I think it was a Great American Bash pay-per-view a few years ago. We've seen this match before, Randy Orton versus Dusty Rhodes. It wouldn't be horrible to be on TV, but I hope it's like the opening segment, something that we can really forget about as soon as it's over with and there's something loaded on the back end of the show, because I remember that match not being that great, and Dusty's only going to be older, bigger, and fatter, so tip your hat to Horny Dusty. We're going to have to see what happens there for you. Rob Van Dam versus Ryback wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. We're going to have to see what happens with Rob Van Dam. I'm not picking him to win the title, but man, it'd be fucking awesome. That'd be a great moment if Van Dam was able to win the title at the pay-per-view. And then we went to Daniel Bryan versus Dean Ambrose. What a fucking awesome, really, really good match. Highly recommend you check this out. This will probably be the match of the week that WWE uploads in its entirety onto its YouTube page. We've seen Daniel Bryan wrestle Seth Rollins countless times, at least 4 or 5 TV matches that I can think of off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure. But Daniel Bryan was able to outsmart the members of the Shield. They kept on basically just using the numbers against them. There was a time when Bryan was outside of the ring. He was able to avoid Roman Reigns hitting him with the Shield as Seth Rollins drew the ref over to make sure he didn't see the outside interference. And as soon as Rollins was hit and Reigns was down because of the steps, just Ambrose came running around and just clubbed him in the back of the head. It was like he couldn't win, but he was able to pull the win out here. After the match, of course, it looked like it was just the normal ending to WWE TV with it was almost going to be a repeat of last week, I guess you can even say. But I mean, every week always sees the same thing. It's just Orton beating down Bryan, being left in the middle of the ring, and then you just go to commercial. This time they wanted to make Triple H and everybody wanted Big Show to punch out Daniel Bryan again. And this time he just sort of stood in the corner and he just he hyped it up like he was gonna do it. He hyped it up like he didn't want to do it. Randy was getting in his face, telling him to do it, just buying time. Bryan was able to get up, give him the high knee kick to the face, the same move that he beat John Cena with, which I guess is gonna be like his new surprise finisher. Maybe he's just not gonna be using the yes lock anymore. Maybe they wanted something just a little bit more up-tempo and in your face, something that they could hit at any time, much like Randy Orton has the RKO, John Cena has the FU. Well, you see the FU coming a mile away. But there's other guys have certain moves in wrestling that they use as their finishers that just come out of the middle of nowhere. Those are always the ones that are real exciting, and for Daniel Bryan to just bring something else to the table, it's going to be pretty badass. I guess Sunday's the pay-per-view. SmackDown, more than likely, if it goes along with everything else, isn't going to be very important at all. They have a tag team turmoil match, which is going to be the pre-show match for Night of Champions. The winner goes on to have a match. I'm really excited about this because, they've been teasing us with the tag team division for so long, and now they got the primetime players. They've got 3-man band. Who the fuck else is in that match? They've got a few tag teams in WWE again. They got the Usos. So, they're able to pull this off where they have 5 teams in there at once. So, I'm really excited about this match. I wish it wasn't on the pre-show match. I wish it was on the regular pay-per-view. I know that they give it to us when we buy the DVDs, but I don't know many people that actually go in and watch the special features before they watch the pay-per-view. Most of the time people just put the disc in, press play, and then it starts at the beginning of the pay-per-view, and then the extra free match just sort of gets left off in the extras, and you never really watch it except once or twice when you first get it. You don't ever think to go pop that in for it. But Monday Night Raw was good. 3 good matches, a lot of worthless stuff. Some good crowd shit, but I had fun. I made it through it. I hate that I have to say that in my Raw reviews every time. There was a few times I wanted to quit. I really wish that I wasn't on the West Coast, and or at least I really wish that I got the East Coast version on there, and I would be able to fast forward a lot more shit. I know I fast forwarded through the Ryback match. No, I apologize. Our Truth match is what I fast forwarded through, but I would fast forward through more if I could, but I can't. because I get home only 20 minutes after the show starts, so I don't have that much of a buffer. But peace out. Have fun, everybody.